All right, hello, welcome. If you're watching this video, then you have a strong interest in paying off debt, or you have a strong interest in learning a more updated financial method of managing your money, which is actually a way to pay off debt quickly and also eliminating debt altogether. So if you came to this video to watch that and to learn that really quickly in a very simple method, then you are in the right place. So let me introduce you to the two tank method. There are two sides. Each side has two buckets, or these are tanks. And one side represents your spending side, one side represents your bank. Left side is the spending side, right side is the bank. The purpose of the two tank method is very simple. It's only to do one thing, and the purpose is to move money from the right side, which is your bank, into the left side, which is where you spend. That's the only purpose. Move money from the right side to the left side. You got that? If you remember anything at all, it's the purpose is to move money to the right side or the left side and reset the left side to zero as soon as possible, as quickly and as efficiently as possible. That's our only purpose. To do one thing, right side to left side. You got it? Good. Let's say that each tank represents a $100 deposit. Let's illustrate how the right side will always be there to take care of the left side. Each tank represents $100. So on the left side is $100, and on the right side you have two buckets, which is $200. You got that so far? The right side would always cover the left side if needed. So as we demonstrate here, there's an additional $100 into the right side or our bank, and then there's no other spending, so there's still left side on. There's $100 on the left side. We haven't bought anything yet, but we will. Please believe that is coming. We will be spending money because we have to spend money. But instead, at this time, we have $300 on our right side and $100 on the left side. The right will always cover the left if needed, and most times we will need it. But we're going to show you how that whole entire process will completely be reimagined. So go ahead, spend however you do. Pay your bills, pay your car notes, pay your mortgages, pay your rent, pay your phone, pay your insurance, pay everything, your groceries, your clothes, your movies. Do everything that you're normally going to do. As long as you can answer this one question, no matter what. You have to be able to answer this one question. And what is that question? Write this down or commit it to memory. Do whatever you have to do. Just always, no matter what, be able to answer this question. It doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you slap me in the face and you kick me on the toe after I just had surgery. I can still always answer this one question. What is that question? No matter what, you have to be able to answer this question unless this will not work. What is the question? The question is, when are you making your deposit? Yes. When are you making your deposit? I need to know when, and preferably how much. What will you be doing? The whole purpose, the whole concept does not work if you cannot answer this question. When are you making your deposit? Are you making it monthly? Because you can answer this question. You may just be asking, how do I know if I answer this question? You can answer this question. This is how you answer it. When are you making the deposit? This should be a answer that should not cause confusion. Again, no matter when you ask me this question, I can answer it. Are you making it monthly? Are you making it daily? Or are you making it weekly? How are you going to do it? When? Right? The amount will change depending on your spending because your spending changes month to month, doesn't it? Does it not? When you make money, some months is good, some money is not so good. So your income changes month to month. But no matter what happens, because we all know what happens, things go up, things go down, things go up, and then they go right back down, and then they go up, and then they go back. But the question, when are you making your deposit, sir, madam? Monthly, daily, or weekly? So you have to be able to answer that question no matter what. Now, I'm going to make a case why the daily deposits actually make the most sense. I won't go into detail as to why, but basically, If your interest is measured or calculated on a amortized schedule versus a simple schedule, that's the only reason why it would make more sense. It might make more sense for you to do this daily, to make these deposits on a daily basis, depending on how your interest is calculated. If you didn't know that your interest was calculated differently in different types of loans, then no need to worry. No need to go into detail or to research about why there are different types of interests. That's not where you currently are. The whole idea is to get the concept first. See, that's when over research and over complicating things will freeze most people. Not necessarily you, but it could be you. If you research things and you want to know about more things, what's the difference between amortized and simple interest? But that's the case why daily would make the most sense. Now, the thing I want to make sure that I hammer home is that whether you do it monthly or weekly, they both or daily, all three accomplish the same thing. It's just that when you do it in monthly or weekly, it actually comes in chunks of time instead of the daily little nibbles and bites that daily sometimes may be better, be a better option. But essentially, they all do the exact same thing. So it's very nice and very good to know that. Now, on the left side, all of your spending is going to take place. Let's say you have a $100 subscription and you go and buy lunch for $52. Everything's on the left. Everything's on the right side. I'm sorry, the left side. And then you have your monthly Amazon or your coffee, Starbucks that you have on a daily basis. And then you have to go buy a new pair of shoes because you have to go and travel to a conference. So all your spending is going on the left side, and then it's just, well, the right side is where our deposits or our income is being stored. This is our bank that we're going to see in a second. But you just get $100 in there, and then you sell something because you sell things on Craigslist or because you get paid. And this is just an example. That could be $16,000 that you get paid a month, or $1,680 that you get bi-weekly from your job. The number really doesn't matter. It's the concept that is really important. So now after that $168 payment, you have a $268. All right. So again, that number is just relative. It could be the number is going to change every month. You may make more money, you may make less. The number doesn't really matter. It's just the concept. And now, after another $100 payment, you have a $368 total. So your right side again will always cover the left side, and that's what's we got to make sure that we keep hammering and make sure that we completely understand this right side is going to cover all of your left sides. All right. You actually decide when the credit card or your line of credit is due, and then you make this transfer. So the left side, your spending is done, and we're going to illustrate this. I want you to follow this here. Is all done from your credit card or from your line of credit, not from your checking account or not from your debit card account. What? Wait, you telling me to use my credit card and not use my debit card? You telling me that all my spending should come from my line of credit or from my credit card, which is the same thing, and not from my debit card, which is my checking account? Yes, absolutely. And here's how we illustrate the two tank method with actual bars. This may actually make more sense than the bucket because you may not have gotten that. But that's okay. Let's get straightforward. What we have here at the bottom, $33. On the left side, this is our spending. We have to go buy a sandwich and buy some lunch, and so $22. So now we have $55 total on our spending on the left side. On the right side, which in most people, this is our checking account. All right. Now, after we went and bought our sandwich for $22, which brought our left side spending up to 55. If you have the money stored on the right side, just proceed to cover the left side. Just go ahead and cover it. So let's demonstrate that. Let's say the right side was my bank, as we're going to see. It's my checking account currently. And then the left side is my credit card or my line of credit where I do all of my spending. So once I make that cover, or I transfer that over, now I have $0 left on my credit card, and I have less $55 total, but I have $45 total into the bank or my stored lending pool, my credit here. My bank is my $45, and my credit balance or my line of credit is zero now because it covered the left side. The right side always covered the left side. Now you may be asking yourself, now I have less money. Well, yeah, you do, but then you also have more money or more cash flow on your left side because that money that you put into the line of credit is still there. That money didn't go anywhere at all. It's there available to be used, isn't it? Can't you go and still use the money that's on the left side? Could you go in and spend and cover your bills and make purchases on the left side? Can't you still do that? But you may be thinking, oh, all I have is $45 left. No, that's the old, outdated way of managing the finances, managing your money. And that's why there's so little money at the end of the month to do anything because we spend our money from the right side. But no, now, because now you make your purchases from the left side now. You now have all of that available to use. It's still there. The problem that most people have is that they do everything from the right side. You pay all your bills and do all of your travel and all of your planning and all your saving from the right side. I'm going to switch that now. The right side is going to become your bank. The solution is all you have to do is pay from the left side. Everything comes from the left side. The right side is the new bank or your lending pool. The left side is the new checking account. So the right side will always cover the left side. Does that make sense? Remember, the goal is to move money from the right side to the left side to reset the left side to zero as soon as possible. That's our goal. That's it. So you get paid $3,000 because that's what average people make, and that's what people typically do, and that might be what you make. And I don't say that as a number of any significance, but just to say that it doesn't matter what you doesn't the number doesn't matter. People who make $1 million can still be broke. People who make $1,000 can still be broke. It doesn't matter. It's just what are you spending your money on, or where's it going? Where's it going? That's it, right? We don't get into too much of the taxes and all that stuff, but you can make a lot of money and still be broke. Okay, that's not impossible. So don't believe that the number is any significant. It just matter whether you're doing the concept or not. So let's say in this example, the person gets paid $3,000. They already have $45 there, so that brought their total bank accounts or their bank account to $3,045. We want to make this the bank of you, not the bank of anyone else. This is the bank of you. So that $3,000 is going to be there available to cover anything on the left side. That $3,000, where did it come from? Well, it came from whatever you did. But the problem is that you had a bill come up, like a cable bill, so you have to pay $45, and now that bank of yours is down to 3,000. Oh, guess what? Another thing came up. You have to pay rent or pay mortgage, so that then took out another $2,095, which brought our bank balance or our cash flow down to $905. See how quickly our money goes, and then we have to pay our car note or pay our insurance or pay a phone bill or the utility bill, which is $185, and that brought our bank down to $720. You see, this is what happens. And then shoes, and then groceries, then something comes up, which is a total of $222, $220, pardon me, of various things. It could be just anything. Stuff happens. You got to pay for gas, and you got to pay for food, and a hot dog, and then the uh, the total can go up, and it can just be a accumulation of so many things. So at the end of the month, it's just $600 that we had left over. Like, dang, what? And that happened so fast. And then there's still 2 weeks left till I get paid. That's the issue. But we're gonna switch that, right? We're gonna switch that whole concept because after you spent and swiped and had these automatic withdrawals and these subscriptions and all this stuff, you're just left with less money. And let's change that whole concept. And instead, now we put all the spending in our line of credit in our credit card. It could either one doesn't really matter, but we are now paying the bills from the line of credit because the credit card or the line of credit, which is the same thing, I use those interchangeably. That's your new spending account. That's your new spending account. Okay. So this time when you get that instead of the $3,000 just being withdrawn bit by bit by bit, daily by daily by daily from your checking account, it stays in your checking account. All right. That's your new lending pool. All the spending that takes place throughout the month and on a daily basis, everything comes from the line of credit now. So now that 25, 45 that was withdrawn from your on the right side, no, it down goes to the left side. And then when you need to make the transfer, when you decide to pay the bill, when you have your internal cash flow system and your internal bank ready to make a deposit onto that line of credit, you pay it down. So you can either pay down all of it all at once, and then you still have $500 cash flow left over, which you are now free to do whatever you need to do with it because all your bills are covered, right? You can go and invest that. You can go and put it into a savings account. You can buy life insurance. You can protect your loved ones. You can actually pay a lawyer to draft up a trust and a will so that you can protect your assets. You can start to stash some of that money away for that vacation. Right? You can do what you now have the financial freedom to do what it is that you need to do, or you can just do a portion of it. Let's say you have a lot of debt on that left side, and then you can't just pay it all off at once. That's okay. Again, remember, you can pay it down daily, monthly, weekly, however you want to do it. Just be able to answer that question. When you gonna make that deposit? So this side, I'm gonna do it just a portion of it, and I'll do it on so and so on the 26th of the month, whatever it is. And still, you still have opportunities to now. Let's say you got paid another $3,000, and then that goes up to you know $4,500, and then you spend another 22.45, and then that just goes up to 32.45. Now you can even pay off the next month a bigger chunk of the left side. You see how you have an internal cash flow system? Now, that whole concept is the two tank method. If that makes sense to you and you like me to do a review of what your personal situation is, meaning what you bring in income minus what you have for expenses, the leftover is just your cash flow. That number, it doesn't have to be a high exorbitant number. No, you just have to know the number. And then once you know the number, you can easily apply this system. If you have a line of credit, if you have a and to be honest, you really don't need a line of credit, but it's the easiest with a line of credit. So you definitely qualify. If you have a line of credit, if you want to get out of debt, or if you want to understand how to manage your finances in a more banking algorithmic way, so that you can predictably pay off your debt. Predictably, you can do it, and you can actually come up with a date. Then you should reply to this video, either email or however you got in contact. You will be getting a follow-up message, and then respond to it. Let me know. Thanks for watching.